What is up? Hello, long time no see. I was sick last week and then absolutely lazy. What else is new? Let's do that. This one. Alrighty. I am in the brewery. I don't know if you guys know that it's different, but Koimi has really outdone herself. Back here, I do need to work on this a bit. We do need to bring in some cactus. We learned a new alcohol recipe that involves cactus and aimbot. Run. Run. There's too many. Did Doc just join? Feed me. Not necessarily. Oh, he just popped in to say hello. Well, not hello, but get me in. So, same as always, a lot has happened. Can make sure I'm not missing anything. So I believe the last time we were together, you all saw me get my Sovereign Award, which is in my e-chest. I'm kind of quiet. Oh no. What's up, Captain? How you doing? Sure I'm grabbing the right one. Let's increase that ever so slightly. Increase this ever so slightly. I'll back off the music. Actually, it's probably better off to back it off that way. When am I bringing back Ark? I have absolutely no idea. This has basically taken over my life. I've made a lot of really great friends here. I don't know. Sometimes a couple of us do kind of like want to take like a day break or whatnot, and I've always played it off as if our characters were like on vacation and we went and did something else. But Ark is pretty intensive for some of their computers. As always, the friendly reminder that this is an 18+ server, so please be aware of the adult language in the bottom left-hand corner. All the fun things. Today they are having a Council of the Bay. They're wanting to introduce some things, but before that, let's show around. We put in some more trees here. Started the German barmaid. Well, I mean, since you mentioned that, like, actually it's the other skin that kind of looks better with the corset and whatnot. I always thought like the skin that was given to me kind of resembled the German barmaid, fairy-like-ish. Yes, it is an 18+, so essentially what that means in twofold. One, adult language, adult things. There is an alcohol brewing mechanic, so basically, kind of what this person has been drinking. And so, like, their speech is slurred in all of the chats. What are you doing? You know you can just breed them day. Day's typing. Day's doing it. We believe in Day. Ah. Interesting. Also, they do not allow, well, that's also twofold. They do not allow children on the server. Figuratively and not metaphorically. Yeah, it is metaphorically. You do have to be 18 and older to join the server, and the character that you portray cannot be a child. So, all the good and fun things. I do have 18 plus in the title. Is it not there? I always could put it in the description, but then I always think about, all the thingies and whatnot. But they are not to do, like, any SFW type things, no sexual content or nothing. It's just cursing and alcohol, essentially, as adult, as risque as they get. So, necessarily rated R, it is not that kind of a server. It's not allowed. Even in voice chats or whatnot, we can't do any that kind of adult talk whatsoever in anything associated with Valence. It's the caravan. But, this little area up here is the Dodgeball arena. So, Dodgeball, is very similar to Dodgeball. Except, you know, there's the throwing mechanic and whatnot you can't do. So, what we have to make up for that, I believe it's over here, there are spectral arrows. So, you can't catch anything. I mean, that's how Minecraft is. So, it's just basically dodge or get hit. From rumors that I've heard, they've talked about it in the past, but officially made it a game and whatnot. We have a bakery. E's house, empty. Koimi needs to finish that. Ayu and Emmy, which I haven't seen Emmy in a while. That's empty. Yoru has been sick / started college. Redid the animal pens to where the animal pens are in their own chunks to kind of help with the animal entity, because there is an entity cap. And I'm thinking it's just within an area, not necessarily a chunk. But, yeah, you can't, like, fill this all in. It won't let you. So if I want to focus on pigs, I need to call both of these guys. If I want mutton and wool, I'd have to call those and work on that, which we've been working on wool, as you can see why there's so many of that. The sniffers are in the back. And then the pond. The lovely pond. You're gonna see these random plots around. I set up an event for pumpkin carving, which you can't necessarily carve pumpkins in Minecraft. There's the jack-o'-lantern. So essentially it's in the basics, it's going to be a build battle. So let's use this as an example. You could build this. That's fine and dandy. You can build whatever you want. However, when Day showed us this website where you can virtually carve a pumpkin, I hate these pockets. Oh my gosh. Anywho, you can go into the website and carve, say, like a rose or whatnot if you want to make your plot a garden. So when I look at this, I'll see a flower. Yeah, no. Oh, hi. Ugh. Pockets. I don't like the pockets. I do need to go get my pickaxe. This is normal as always. He's got a grave. He's got his Order of the Dawn up there. We've got scarecrows. Got a skeleton hand. Windmill. And I believe he's got a spider up here. Yeah, spider. Let me get my pickaxe. Captain and I can do an official description. Because usually, like, 90% of the time when I set up a stream, I have no idea what to put as a description, because I have no idea what's going to happen that day. And what kind of sucks is that OBS doesn't save it. But Council of the Bay is in 52 minutes. It's very similar to Parliament, but we'll be able to go into the King's Castle. I know the first time I tried to do it, it hated me. Second time, I went and did a whole bunch of configurations and junk, and even had more people there and all the fun stuff, and was perfectly fine. So, I don't know if doing the extra things worked, but I wasn't streaming it. So I'm wondering if streaming is what's going to be the cause. And if that is, I'm just going to end up shutting down the stream again. Or, no, it's going to have to be that, because they kind of frown upon you not being at the event, but kind of listening in. The only exceptions are, the last time we had Parliament, there was too many of us and we kept crashing. And so it was allowed for us to be hovered in other areas and still take part in the event. Or at least the event voice chat. Yep, we're all setting up for Halloween. You see. Give me that. 710 now. Prince Mikey. Oh, I do have a pizza in there, but I forgot about that. I'm gonna have to leave here in 1 minute to go get it out of the oven. I always think of the greatest things, don't I? Should go around and look at what they've built on the other side there. I know they're moving a lot of the residential houses on the left side of the river here to the other side, and they're going to expand the market. That building is in dual tandem of storage and a meeting hall. So it looks like, oh, a library, community warehouse, and it looks like this is going to be meeting hall. We've kind of been meeting in the keep. There goes. I do kind of like a little extra cooking, warmth, heat on my pizza, so I think we'll be fine if I get back to my house and disappear for 5 minutes. But one of the main things that they're gonna mention tonight is bringing in political parties. No, not serious political parties. They have said that if anything is created that pretty much is a carbon copy of something that already exists in the real world, it's going to be forfeited and such. So it's gonna be interesting. Currently my mind doesn't know exactly how to process that, and I actually was in a call with Doc and we were discussing it. I'm like, I kind of understand where you're getting, but at the same time I have no idea what you're doing. So I'm just gonna do my natural instinct, and that is sitting back and watching, and I'm gonna watch some of this unfolds. Yeet! And go get pizza out of oven. Whoops. Hide in my house where it's safe. Stare out the window. And I'll be right back, y'all. howdy, I have returned. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Captain, but I just thought of this. So the whole reason why my whole schedule got all flipped around, upside down, and messed up and screwed up is, hours at work and such. I just thought of this when I was upstairs. I might be able to bring Ark back. Because I was told to work. Hang on, did this not do the thing? I hate having to do this every single time. Yeah, it did. Mine's going blank now. I'm also kind of hungry. I was told I needed to work 10 hours, 12, which is why, like, all the editing stopped. And then when I joined, Valence here, it was just simpler and easier. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Actually, no, it should still be fine. Because the launcher should stay open. It's this skin. I was going to show you the perpetual, barmaid outfit. Use. Multiplayer. Refresh. Valence. So I might be able to sneak in a video once a week. Also, it won't let me manage, I don't believe, docs. Yeah, I can't update, like, the description. I have to do it at set, like, when I go. Okay. Back on now. But, you're still on. I always thought, like, this was kind of like a little German barmaid type thing. I did do an AI virtual rendition of it where it does look like it, and that was the description I put in, was like a barmaid outfit. Pie. Let my pizza cool off ever so slightly. So yeah, I might be able to bring Ark back. And I know when I talked to the guys, they said that they found a server, so I don't know. I miss being able to run along and just smack these. we can go take this to the smelter. And we can kind of look over the agenda for this evening for Council of the Bay. I did open one, but my phone was like really, really low. Which reminds me, I need to plug in a few extra lovely things. I do have an event, an IRL event tomorrow, which will take me away from everything here. In fact, I didn't even do my chores. Thank you, always appreciated. I forgot you're in here, Edgar. What in the world? Just, why? Oh! There you go. Go and smelt this. There was a residential area back here, but we were given permission to tear it down because there's either plans for it or rather have all the residences together, which is why we're expanding the east side, because most of the people lived over there. I think we only had one person over on the west side. Anyhow, so we're gonna expand over there. I know Callan is gonna move the caravan over to the east gate, so that area will be open. Hi E, bye E. Oh, I'm being followed. Lol. Part of the whole political thing, and there's Ayu, bye Ayu, is that they're looking to get, like, official mayor spots in the towns. For instance, the constable over Stewart's Cross is Bridget. Well, Bridget has been named as the chief inspector, so eventually they're going to be, you know, taken out of Stewart's Cross. And we had always been under the assumption that whatever constable is placed there, you know, is in charge. Well, it's being kind of written up to allow someone to be elected to be mayor over the town. So at the census at the end of this month, not only would be able to vote for a political party, but we will also be able to vote for a mayor. Oh, isn't it cute? Pumpkins. He's still behind me. And we need to get Day here a raincoat shop. So Day has been making raincoats for everybody. And so we had been talking about it for a while, but it was brought up in, they had like a church meeting or something, if I remember correctly. I think we attended Calypso's drowning. 16:4. I think they're all in a chat together. Oh, I don't even have the game audio on, which y'all don't even miss. They are not in a chat. That's perfectly okay. That's fine. To kind of help out, video settings, full screen. So I can do this. Makes it easier on my life. Cancel the bay. National Anthem, Blessing, Privy Council. Okay, Dame Leslie Duchess is introducing Prismarine Bone Act. Essentially anyone who wants to be buried, like the remains, in the Citadel's crypt. Okay, Treaty of Orlan. Ooh, there's stuff crossed out in here. There's stuff highlighted. Oh my gosh. It keeps going. Whoops, I didn't want that one. Privy Council Office Act. Oh, announcement of elections. Steward's Cross. So essentially it's been kind of not hinted at, but Day, give me a bounce. Give me a hop, skip, and a jump. I knew it. Day is in the chat. Day is watching. Oh! Hey! They took my idea. Actually, it wouldn't make sense to either. I know you too well. Too well. And E's probably like, what is going on? But they took my idea. Which is fine. I'm not capitalizing it. It's fine. There is a lot of discussions in junks. Elections Act. I guess we'll just have to find out at the thingy. Oh my gosh, you're all here. Yeah. Okay, I have money now. Ooh, Council of Bays in 26 minutes. Okay. Put that in the inner chest. Put you all in the inner chest. I'm gonna join a VC for the others, because this is E's first Council of the Bay. Wherever art thou? There's one. I know you too damn well. I know you too damn well. And E has no idea what's going on. I'm streaming. I knew D was in the chat. Day was in the chat. And so I'm sitting there saying, I'm like, hey, Day, give me a hop, skip, and a jump. I sat there and waited, and all of a sudden she looks at me and just starts going, oh. Council of the Bays in 25 minutes. I do have Discord turned off, so there is no feedback from you guys going through to the chat right now, so. I won't unmute it until Council of the Bay, when all of us will be, you know, shut up. So. Yeah, it's just gonna be awkward on this end, which is fine. Everyone can deal with it. It's good. I think it's only you. Anyhow? Question mark, question mark? Captain wasn't earlier, but I believe they have stepped out. Captain's from my ARC group, so. Oh, the German bar. So my character in ARC, I downloaded mods for a hair mod and a clothing mod, and the outfit I have picked out, he has claimed myself as like a German barmaid. I look like a German barmaid. Which, in my opinion, kind of this outfit as well, but like more fairy-like. So it's kind of like carried over onto this server. So, but I'm no longer needing to work 10, 12-hour days, so I could probably put dinos back into the fray. Dinosaurs. But I do love y'all, so I might, you know, do my dinosaur thing and then back out and hop on here real quick. Should we start heading over to the Citadel? Yeah. E's first Council of the Bay. What? Oh. They are. So Council of the Bay is similar to our town meetings. Versus Parliament brings in all of the rules across Kara or specific ones towards Stone Bay and such. Council of the Bay is mainly towards just Stone Bay, Orlan, but anybody is welcome to be there. Versus Parliament, there is a Stone Bay side, there is a Stendhal side, and all the nations. So when we finally become an official town and have a mayor, Stewart's Cross will have one Parliament seat. So one of us can attend Parliament and be on the floor, versus the rest of us, like right now, we have to sit in the stands. Because the people, I mean, think of it like Congress and the Senate, representative there. So if, for instance, there's been a bill that has been tabled for like a couple months now, and it's the Poaching Act. Basically, you can't go to somebody who's like, hey, come live in my area and such like this, or steal people. But it seemed a bit ambiguous to me that, because that's how Ray got Day and I an ad. So with, you know, after the effect, like, my personal opinion is it for people living out in the wilderness and not necessarily in towns or whatnot? Because if they're living in a town already and they're trying to get you out, I view that as poaching, versus if you live out in the middle of nowhere, I think it should be allowed, and it doesn't say that in the bill, to my knowledge. And so I asked, I'm like, hey, I'd like to talk to one of my Stone Bay representatives to, like, ask a question, if this could be asked in Parliament, so the person who is writing the bill can, you know, answer my question. And how it is now, there is no set people, like, anybody can basically sit on the floor or something like that. I don't know exactly. But going forward after the elections and whatnot, Doc is saying, no, if you're part of the Parliament thing, you're there for 3 months. I'm like, that's good, because I know exactly who to go to. So, yeah, if someone in Stewart's Cross has a question regarding a bill, we can go to our representative and say, hey, here's our question. Can you bring this up at the next Parliament meeting regarding the bill or whatnot? Because they do release the agenda and the projected bills to be talked about beforehand. So, which, all the fun things. Pizza. Well, I mean, I'm kind of worried now, because the first time I was in Council of the Bay, I was streaming, and it wouldn't let me in there. But I did a whole bunch of, you know, I'm going to do that now. A bunch of things to reduce lag and whatnot. So the second time when I was in there, it was perfectly fine. But at the same time, I wasn't streaming. So I don't know if it was that type of a thing. Okay, I'm gonna lower frame rate. Quality. Okay, go to fast. I don't want clouds. Fast, leaves, fast. Particles. Decreased. Nothing there, nothing there. I'm gonna take out the animation of the water because there is water in the grooves in there. Are you moving? Oh no, hang on, hang on. Ah! Ah! Okay. Spoing. It's probably the whole purpose behind it. Oh, everything's gotta load in. Cause I lowered all, and the frame rate, oh no. Oh no. The things I do to survive in the castle. You have a new book? New book? New book. What kind of book? Thank you, E. Appreciate you. Have you been back this way? Just gotta move on. You fit in just well, perfectly well with the rest of us. You're just. That reminds me, I need to talk to your father today. We're gonna have a discussion. I can't believe you did that last night. I can't believe you did it. I choked, okay? I absolutely choked. Oh, the lag. Because I have my frame rate turned down. I need to turn the frame rate up. Castle, right there. So, this is probably, like Day said, probably be your only time allowed in there unless a certain event calls in there. But that is Parliament. So, when we do Parliament, we'll go up there. So. Yep, Council, the Bays, and the Throne Room. Are there people here already? Okay, so it's not just me turning my FPS down to 40 that's doing it. Got it. Yeah, I might have to turn off shaders. In fact, let me do that right now. Okay. Go up and around. Gallon! Good seats. Good seats. Alrighty. Pop squat. Yeah, you always sat on the floor or you stood behind us. Sometimes they're and sitting in the benches don't quite work. Gonna reset my router. Chris! For the movie, yeah. One, I hate the time slot she set up because for my time, that's like, because now I'll be able to leave work at 3:30. I won't get home until 4, and like, all that. And even when I was working 10, 12 hours, yeah, I saw he was in the chat. But at 4:30, because of my event tomorrow, I left my house at 4:30 to go to the store, pick up a few extra things, and go set up my area. So I dropped off all my stuff because I got to be there at like 9:30 in the morning tomorrow, and I'll be there till possibly 6 at night. So, let me even see, because if it's cold tomorrow, I'll probably be like curled up trying to keep warm. No, I think I forget what it is that what's required of you to be a prime minister. I know a citizen is one of them. Whoa, what did they do? Oh, that's just lichen on a sea lantern. But that's cool. You see that? You see that, Dave? Looks like it's cracked. Oh, good. They did it on the backside. Good. Continuity. Continuity. It just looks weird that I... I don't think so either with regarding our friend, because they were in charge of, for like 2 weeks, and then abandoned. I think it was just a week when they said that, you know, they were stepping down from it. So I don't think they have enough leadership experience to do it, but I could be extremely wrong. I'm inclined to agree, but but if it's down to a vote and such, especially with I think also another recommendation is that you have to, someone within Parliament has to not necessarily announce you, but like vote you, recommend you, suggest you. And as big as that person's fan base is, I mean, you know. Oh, I'm gonna turn fire off too. Video settings, fire. Everything's gonna look weird. But it's to save my FPS. I'm gonna raise the FPS ever so, not that much. I'll go to 60. Smooth it out a bit. And coordinates on the thing. I think there's enough here. No one has officially set up a roleplay event for... Except Rain. Rain is in there. But I don't... see Rain. Oh, did I bring my complimentary food? Oh no. Yep, I have a hot chocolate. We're good. We're good, people. Hey! Fantastical surveyors here. Fantastical surveyors here. It's okay. It's a player. It's fine. Oh. The fantastical surveyor is here. Pet spider. Oh, have they finally set up? They have. The event VC is open. Heading over there. Is that you, E? Yeah. Yep. Heading over there now.
How's everyone's day?
Good.
I'm slaying, Your Eminence. How are you?
Doing alright.
We're good.
Oh, my brain's kind of cooking, but we're good.
A little. Mine too.
flying.
Do you want a gummy?
No, that's actually the cause of why my brain's cooking, so I'm good.
Should be.
Let them cook.
Muriel's allowed me to get drunk today, so.
Someone cooked here?
Imagine asking people if you're allowed to be drunk.
Well, it's a
Couldn't imagine.
Well, it's a mystical hat, and it takes away my ability to be drunk. So yeah, I kind of gotta ask it sometimes.
L.
I would know nothing about needing permission to drink.
Certainly
Anyone,
not Chamberlain.
Anyone want
$3
gummies? They're homemade.
Ooh,
I-
gummies.
Yes.
I could go for one.
Please do not give the bug an edible.
Why not? What if it was for bugs?
Anyone else want some?
Over here. Over here.
I'm fine.
So it's like an edible, like a it has weed in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
fuck yeah.
the Tiger Hill delegation would like one.
Your Highness, Kava.
You're so nice to
I
me.
would be disappointed if there weren't.
Jamie, you're darker than usual. What's up?
Can't just fucking say that.
Have you been in the sun lately?
Oh, delightful. Gummy.
I've been in Dara too much.
Damn, get in the sun more.
Thank you very much.
You know,
Alrighty, we got this whole place cooking
Love you,
now,
Jamie.
Aries.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Is from like the
Let him cook. But
That's
deep?
like what happened to me.
Oh, damn. I totally understand.
Yeah, me too.
Does
Um,
Goldbeak know that we have
so
the
high.
weed shrine of all of their blunts that they've given us?
Blood? I love making those.
Yeah,
I-
you know,
I-
we have everyone that you've given us in like a little shrine against around a jar of herbs in our room.
That's so.
Tiger Hill
I have-
dispensary coming soon.
I have the
Yeah.
ethical dilemma.
You never own up
The
to me, though.
ethical
Good luck.
dilemma is actually also in its own shrine.
God! Oh god, did you find it? Did it?
I
know.
I found it, but it was sopping wet and so.
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
So
It's
I'm not
okay.
going to smoke that one anymore.
I'll make you a new one. I'll make you a fresh new one for you. For you.
I've
Thank you,
seen
my
Sir
friend.
Goldbeak's rolling skills and they're kind of peak.
Sir Goldbeak.
Very
much
incredibly
work was it?
peak.
I'm like a
Very
mountain.
good at it.
I'm at my
Real.
peak.
Gotta roll. Sir Goldbeak, how much for a fatty?
Excuse me?
How much for a fatty?
Excuse me?
The fattest
Grandpa,
blood.
can you stop
What'd
talking?
you-
Shazo, you say things to me sometimes, and I think, what if I pushed you in mud?
What?
What if you rolled around in it and you went, ah!
I agree.
What?
But please don't do that. I love Shasta very dearly.
I do love Shasta very dearly. It's why I would push them in mud. It's good for them. That's a lie, actually. I just say that so I could push
I
people in mud.
exfoliate.
Oh, goodness.
Who is that? I can't
Oh.
see them in the crowd.
Hello.
Ah! Hey. Oh.
Please, please, back
Uh,
away.
Please. Yeah.
Hello.
Fantastic
Oh.
there.
Hello.
I quite like
Hello
what you're
there.
wearing.
Oh, thank you. It was made from silkworms.
Somehow your
So-
kite is even more shiny.
Like silk from the silkworms, or like silk worms.
Yes.
I like that.
They died for it.
As does everything.
Mm.
Oh, goodness. That's a very autumn thought of you.
I don't know what that means.
People should laugh at that. Yes, everyone laugh. Oh, very
Clap.
good.
Everyone clap.
Oh, yes, you get it. Clap. Start clapping. Yes. Oh, good. Good. Oh, I like you quite a
This is
bit.
so fucked up. Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's quite fun.
No.
Anyway, goodbye.
Later.
Hello.
Hey.
What?
So like,
I wish Twangy was here.
oh god, don't say that.
I
He
don't know
pushes in
who
me in mud,
Twunky is.
calls me names.
If you say his name 3 times, maybe he'll show up.
Funky, funky,
Okay.
funky.
You hate me. You hate me.
It's not Peter, man.
I
Sir
don't
Twangy.
hate you, Sir Goldbeak,
Swear
but
Twangy.
but a knight should be in the throne room.
Twiggy, swear. Whoa. Oh.
Oh. Why would you do this to me? There's
Why
only
are we standing?
Why are we standing?
Did someone just... Did we just get...
Someone got up, and I wasn't
Your
sure what was going
condition.
on.
We just got Pavloved.
In the world? Pavlov. We just got Pavlov.
I am upset.
I'm so upset.
Good lord.
That's crazy.
That really just happened.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Twiggy. Oh, come here. Twiggy. Come here.
Oh goodness. How macabre.
The Exarch Eliza Malahide, please.
We do not always see storms on the horizon. They sometimes arrive without warning. Despite this, we must rise to meet these waves of trouble as they come or else sink. We must let life take us on this new course because we might find that storms unexpected and dreaded might take us to better shores, and we might find that all along there was nothing to fear. So blessed is Hawk Pigeons, may he always be able to count to 8 as long as he stays out of my house. Blessed be acts still being worked on in the opinions of the people. Blessed be those with political ambition whose dreams of success might very well be imminent if they take the chance presented. Blessed be Bones and how many Lady Elm's domino broke today. Blessed be Murder Moss. Blessed be Department of Magnifying Vocations, the DMV. Bless me Nader, for they serve. Blessed be Garlic and Onions, for it is holy combination. And blessed be being Pavlogged by the Stone Bay National Anthem. In the deep's name we pray. Amen.
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 Please be seated, everybody. I will dispense with the Privy Council update for today. We're in between governments. But I did want to make a statement before we begin. We have a very packed schedule ahead of us. We have lots of reforms that I will be taking questions for discussion, and such and so forth. And of course, Lazuli has something as well. Oh, there you are. So, many of you may have seen our advertisement for residential and commercial leasing, most especially on Wall Street. I will tell you that myself and the Chamberlain have been absolutely swamped by the interest and we are having trouble keeping track of everybody who has sent letters, everybody who wants something. There is a significant amount of leases being signed, which is actually why I wrote one of the bills that we'll talk about later.
So many letters.
So, if it seems that we haven't replied to you or whatnot, we definitely want to give people the opportunity to set up their businesses on Wall Street. I think that's just to on the west side there, of the city. A brand new street we're putting up, and of course we're also making expansions on Stone Street this week. So there's lots of opportunities for businesses, but hopefully I'll have some help with that soon, once we get through today's agenda. Okay, great. So, yeah, just if you haven't heard back from us about the leasing opportunity that you've written in for, stick around at the end today. Stick around at the end today, and we'll just nail it all out. We'll get it sorted today. Good. Thank you very much, everybody. Any further statements and announcements? Stand to be recognized. Mary Justice.
Thank you. I am pleased to announce that Elias and Safiri Domnall have both been approved to work the DMV, the Department of Miscellaneous Variables. They are both trained and certified to be able to run all miscellaneous variables within the DMV. And I look forward to seeing how they help our good nation and indeed all lands of Kara.
Here for that, everybody.
Here.
DMV is a part of the cultural fabric of the Bay. I'm very glad to hear that it's going well, and I've spoken with my friends who run the DMV, and I've told them that after today, we will be opening up more opportunities. The DMV's scope will be widening, and will be more of a broad registry, but those of you who read the bill probably already know that. Very good. Thank you very much. Standing recognized, statements and announcements. Once, twice, and thrice. Thank you very much, and we'll move right along indeed. With no old business on the agenda, we will go straight to the new business. Lazuli Dodges, please, for number 47. CB 47, thank you. Here for Laz, everyone.
Here.
I'll stand in the middle real quick. This bill basically is to ensure that those who after they die, if they wish to have their remains underneath the Prismarine Citadel, it's not just anybody's bones going down there, and we know that they're meant to be down there. So let's say Joe's walking down the street, Joe's just not going to get put underneath the Prismarine Citadel. And it will help us keep track, especially for loved ones if they want to come visit, or something of the sort. Thank you.
Questions, comments, concerns, and statements regarding CB47 standing recognized. Yes, Mr. Axbrew.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty. So my biggest question would be, how do we determine who is and is not allowed to be buried underneath the Prismarine Citadel? Is this merely a bookkeeping measure, or is there more to be done in order to make sure that is there going to be certain requirements that need to be met to be buried there? That is all, and thank you.
Last for response.
Well, within the bill, it does say that you need to go through the DMV and fill out a form. So it will. I will be doing a lot more talking with the DMV in the weeks to come. I was just absent on a trip to Adenosa, but the form would ask questions similar to what have you achieved? Why do you believe that you should get the chance to be kept within the Prismarine crypt? That sort of thing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Mary, have we figured out what the acronym for this one is?
I was about to motion to add that in under the DMV where it mentions the DMV, actually.
Well, how about?
All right. I would like to motion to amend this act to change the DMV to the Department of Monitoring Vessels.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Here.
Seconded.
Seconded by the Exarch there. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Contrary opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Amendment made. Further questions? For last, standing recognized, the Lunar Queen.
I just had a question regarding who would be doing the upkeep of all of the bones, and can it be Mr. Tomness?
Last.
I'll be doing all of the upkeep of bones. Mr. Tomness has his room down there, but I am a grade A certified bone keeper. Nobody's as good as I am.
Real.
There you go.
Based.
Standing recognized, Sapphire.
But I do like this bill a lot. I just had a question about Section V, exceptions. It says that exceptions are granted due to forms of duty to the and dedication to the throne. So I was wondering if we could add anyone who serves as a great officer, which I believe to the list this would only add to the current treasurer.
And how about we just dispense with that, and I'll just offer the current treasurer that if they'd like.
Okay.
Exception made. Yeah, when the current treasurer dies, a horrible, violent, painful death. Depending on what their will says, they could be buried down below if you want. How's that, Halcyon?
Thanks. I feel so loved.
You're welcome.
We can be neighbors down in the
Stand to be recognized, Mr. Niles Grantham.
Yes, just reading over the part that goes over appeals, right? If you have to appeal to it. I do assume, as it's not stated, but I do assume that this means that even if you do appeal, there's still the chance to be, rejected. I just want to make sure of that, as the way it's phrased makes it seem as if you do all of those actions that you could just get in.
Yeah, you're still subject for denial, even if you
Excellent.
appeal.
Alright. Stay recognized. Yes, Baroness Domhall, please.
Thank you, Majesty. I was wondering if any Kingsguard that die in the line, or in protection of the throne, could also be up for this exception.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could just throw whoever I want down there once they're dead. What are they gonna do? Argue about it? You know? No.
I mean,
jokes aside, I think duty like that, the implication is obviously the sovereign, whoever it is at the time, can make that determination, and of course King's Guardsmen would be very high up on that list. So that's a consideration as well.
Thank you, Majesty.
Standing recognized. Yes, you there.
Yes, out of curiosity, if one were to go to the DMV, what would one ask for? And I've read the act. It doesn't exactly state what exactly one would be asking for. Like to fill out said forms.
You would ask for the Department of Monitoring Vessels, and you would ask to fill out a Prismarine crypt form. There we go.
Alright. Thank you. That's all I have to ask.
Standing recognized. Further.
I have a question.
I was just about to call on you. Well, go
Yes!
on then. Please.
What are you going to do with the bones once they're down there?
Well, I'm gonna take care of them and make sure that they have like a proper space to be. Bring flowers down to them. Talk to them, not in a weird way. Just take care of them.
Thank you. I'll follow up.
Yes! I think you should talk to them in a weird way. One that makes people question as to whether or not you still maintain your sanity. Thank you.
Noted. Stand to be recognized. Very well, with nothing else. All those in favor of passing CB47, aye.
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 Contrary and opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Unanimous. Congratulations, lads. Here, everyone.
Here.
Hooray!
I love bones.
For this next section, I'm going to take this crown off and put it right there. Oh, that feels a bit better. I'll come down here to the floor. Do this very much. Gilbert. Breaking the mold, Gilbert. You better note this down in the record. Alright. Questions on my reforms. I'm gonna say a few words first before we get started, my friends, but the idea behind these reforms, generally, and or specifically, depending on how you read into this, it is number one, an acknowledgement of a reality that we are facing today. There is nothing in here, in these reforms, that is not outside of the realms of the capabilities of our government currently. I have also worked with several partners on these reforms and been met with some very positive response. I know that the Underqueen is here, and I certainly hope that Duchess Calliope is here as well, but I've been in consultation with them about these sorts of things, and I've been very, there you go, I've been very ominous, especially when visiting the Duchess about it. You know, especially when somebody else there is listening, it will take place soon. Things will be occurring. There is nothing for them to worry about, etc. So, with that, I will take questions either general or specific on these reforms. Stand to be recognized, even if you're next to me. I'll take a look around. Periphery. Stand recognized! These aren't up today for the, for vote. I'll be voting on them and making changes based on the feedback and questions I get today, for the Parliament scheduled on the 21st. Sir Niles Grantham.
Yes, not a question, but a statement.
Go
What
on.
we're seeing here today, looking through everything that you have provided, I've read it all very closely. I'm very excited, actually. You're putting a lot of things that I think need to be put forth, and we here in this crowd today are witnessing history. We're witnessing a change within the land of Kara. One that I think and hope is for the better. And with the change, the proposed change you have for the Treaty of Oran, within all of these things, the Crown Office Act, the Elections Act, the Towns Act, all of these, I believe, will push Kara even greater into what it has been so far. And so I very much appreciate everything you've put forth here today, and I hope everyone else that, is realizing this, is reading this, is realizing the same thing that I'm realizing. That we're going to have an interesting and bright future ahead of us.
Thank you, Grantham. Standing recognized further. Chamberlain.
The Crown Office Act, at the very bottom of it, section 13, subsection B. Can I ask what exactly that means?
At the bottom, section 13.
Section 13, subsection B, shall cooperate with parliamentary committees.
The idea is that at one point we may have parliamentary committees. My first thoughts for parliamentary committees, of course, it's up to the members. They might want a Ways and Means Committee. A new government like the ones proposed in these reforms is going to be very expensive, especially when it tries to service all of Kara, a feat that hasn't been really tried before. Not properly, not like this, not with as many moving parts. So, Ways and Means Committee might be good to try and find more revenue. A Judiciary Committee might be good to look at the possible judicial reforms and new judges. And of course, if any of these committees, in the course of their duty and their work, wanted the help of the Crown Office to clarify a matter to which the Crown Office is privy to, then I'm sure the Crown Office would be more than happy to do so.
Okay, cool.
Stand recognized! Mr. Axbrew!
Thank you, Your Majesty. My primary concern when looking through your bills here, I think there is a lot of fantastic just verbiage here, but the thing that primarily concerns me when looking at the Parties Act, how do we propose to make sure that we don't end up with one or two parties that indeed rule all of Kara through a lack of competition, and other areas I could see there's nothing really in place right now as the bill is written, at least that I've seen, that would you know, give us a kind of safeguard against one party or one or two parties holding a majority of the voting power or voting block.
I think if people in Kara are as half as interested in these sorts of matters as you, we won't end up in that position. And if we end up in that position, then I will intervene directly. I am not interested in one party running everything, regardless of what that party thinks. That is simply not how I think this is going to work. Two parties, maybe for one term, you know, and then if that keeps on, well, I'm going to have to be like, well, guys, this is kind of interesting, but it's actually not interesting. It's very cringe, in fact. It's very cringe and uncouth. And then we're going to have to deal with it. But that's the good part about me being able to make those changes is, as we go through this journey together, we're going to be constantly making improvements and looking into what is the best way to do it. What are some changes we can make to safeguard against things like that? And I'll put some thought into it, because when I was writing it, that was a consideration, and several people who I consulted with for this asked me, well, what if all the parties are just the bloody same and they're populist? And I'm like, well, then that's a bloody problem too, isn't it? If they just say what people want to hear, which is why one of the requirements, I believe, what we're going to have, once we get to the registration process, and it's alluded to on the bill, but once we get there, which will probably open up probably starting tomorrow, is, excuse me, you're going to have to send in your platform. You're going to have to post it publicly. People need to know what you stand for. There needs to be a level of transparency with these parties. They can't say one thing to someone else, and one thing to somebody. That's not acceptable. That's dishonest, and I won't have it. So I feel like things, especially with the parties, need to be very transparent. And so them posting their platforms, what they believe, what they want to get done, for people to see and for people to read, is going to be not just encouraged, it will end up becoming a requirement. And
Thank you, Your Majesty.
We will have copies during the registration process of their sort of, not manifesto's the wrong word, but their platforms, what they believe, why they believe it, something in one way or another. And if what they send us differs from what they say, then my office will call it out. Very simply. I don't have time for corrupt politicians, and I certainly don't have the patience. Stand to be recognized. Oh, is that you, Felix?
Apologies, what?
Was that you stood up there?
Felix here? Yes? I'm sorry,
Yes.
my ears are a little
That's yours
broken.
stood up, that's fine, go on.
Yeah. See, Adonis had a question here, so I apologize in advance. But, if he does join a party, would he be able to retry taxing Kara and Parliament? Because
I
of
feel
course
as
he
if,
would ask that.
regardless of whether and this is an interesting issue that I want to bring up. Obviously, I'll leave it to the politicians when they get there. But this government, currently the constabulary serves all of Kara, along with several, like the DMV as well. These institutions cost money to run, especially the constabulary. There is not nearly enough fines collected. There aren't nearly as many mobility violations to pay for the cost of having a fully staffed constabulary and crown prosecutor's office. So, that is simply the fact of the matter. And right now, as we sit here and talk about it, the people of the Bay, those who live in the city and pay rents, and those who live outside of the city and pay their other taxes, are fronting the bill for all of Kara for these services. Now, there is a case to be made, I suppose, if this was flipped, wherein we were taxing people without representing them. Taxation without representation, in my opinion, rather unjust. But representation without taxation, well, that's unjust to the people who do pay. And so I believe that if Adonis is truly dedicated to this, and wants to become elected, and wants to run for office on that platform, Adonis may find success. Not only that, but Adonis may find many, many friends and colleagues, not so much within his own spheres and social circles, but the ones here in this city and in the Bay. And I think that's entirely the point I'm trying to illustrate, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with this reform. We can't just silo ourselves into where we live. It's more about the ideas we have and how we think that should be sort of how we are represented politically. Because faction leaders can be corrupt. People who send people to parliament can send their friends. They can ignore the people who live with them. But somebody getting elected directly by their neighbors, that's something else. And I feel as though I know Adonis is very passionate about taxation. And I hope that Adonis carries that passion and enthusiasm forward towards elections day, and I wish him the best of luck. Further questions, standing recognized. Sapphire Harvest, please.
I just had a small question about the Towns Act. I might have missed it, but is there a qualification for what makes a place a town?
Yeah, do people live there?
Well, I mean, like if 3 people live in a place, could that be a town? Or do you need,
Maybe.
like 5
I
people?
suppose when you look at it, and this will be done case by case and evaluation for it. So the main reason that the Home Minister and I actually wrote this bill together, and I will say the Home Minister did a lot more of the legwork than I did on this one. But the idea generally is that here in the Bay, we have Stewart's Cross in the Field. And Stewart's Cross in the Field do not have any set governing structures. They don't have a way to create, bylaws and stuff. They don't have any legal authority beyond whatever they come here and ask for. So, giving them the ability to take that initiative on their own, to elect their own leaders, to sort of take it by themselves, I think is the important part of this bill. When it comes to qualifying what is and isn't a town, I suppose the government of the day would assess that. And also, I should say very strongly that although I wish that this would eventually become a mandate, this is not something that we're planning on deploying and forcing upon people all over Kara overnight. The idea is that this is going to help challenge existing hierarchies, which may indeed be unjust. And give people a voice, not just for their member of parliament, but for the person who writes their building codes, for the person who writes their local bylaws. They should have a say. There should be transparency with that, because I have seen in the past what happens when there is not, and that often leads to violence. Don't know if anybody around here who was back there, still alive, but before Camaria was Camaria, before it was Moon County, it was a place called Hecate. And the mayor of Hecate was a jerk. He was a bad guy. He was also a man, in the most worst of terms.
Ew!
You men.
So,
gosh.
So the people living there in what would one day become Camaria, one of them actually would end up becoming I mean, two of them who confronted this fellow ended up becoming the later the Lunar King and Queen. They told him, like, okay, get out of the way. Like, this is what we want. We live here just as much as you do. And he told them to shove it. So I'm pretty sure Phoenix Azar gutted him.
Here.
And that was the end of him. But that could have gone without violence. And this is exactly what the Towns Act is trying to achieve. Instead of there being some sort of a coup to take over a local township, there should be a process and there should be an off-the-shelf solution for people who want to take control of where they live for the betterment of all the people who live there. That's what this is about, entirely. It also standardizes, to some extent, local governance, making it far more democratic and also far more understandable, especially to new people coming in. We don't have to say, okay, well, you have to go talk to this person or this person. This is what this title means, and this is what... Okay, so you have to go talk to this person who deals with this... No. Go talk to the mayor of that place. You want to live there? Go talk to the mayor. You want to live there? Go talk to the mayor. And that makes it simple. And eventually, we might have a small council of mayors that get together, maybe like a professional development group, to discuss local bylaws and building codes and what works. And I can assure you, that's the part I'm looking forward to the most, is the professional development conferences. Thank you very much for the question. Standing recognized. The Underqueen, please.
Yes, could I just have perhaps a couple of examples where the Crown Land Act may come into play?
Yeah, so the Crown Land Act, overall, like an overview of it quickly, is right now, there is land just out there. And nobody is really out there watching it. And what tends to happen, at least here in Orlan, and this has become a big problem, one that I think myself and Umber have both been trying to deal with, is people will just show up and settle somewhere. But the problem is that land is owned by this person, or it's owned by this or that. The idea with the Crown Land Act is to bring back some form of what we had more than 12 years ago now. We are hoping to release public maps of the sort of where somebody's claim on land begins and ends. So a property line map. And as well, the land that isn't sort of owned by anyone, we need to take stronger steps to steward that land. Because although the stewardship provisions within the treaty currently are very strong and give tools to local leaders to steward their land and sort of take care of it, preserve it, there is no mandate to do so. This creates an office of officers whose sole job it is to patrol their area, or at least keep tabs on it, whether that be Orlan, Falana, or Seralia. And I'm pretty sure by the end of it, there'll be 3 different ones, 3 different commissioners, whose job it will be is to manage the Crown Land, so land that is not owned by any entity, public use land. We're going to later define the rights that people have to use that land. We're going to later develop a way for people to purchase land. We are going to hopefully be able to preserve what land in Kara remains untouched. This also helps with the building tall over wide. But that's secondary. So for example, there are little settlements, not settlements, but there are little, people set up homesteads across Orlan. Well, these homesteads across Orlan, although sometimes very, very quaint, very nice, I like most of them when I see them. They are out there in the middle of nowhere, with no infrastructure, often on somebody else's land, and I cannot really put them into an electoral district in this new system. It's very difficult. Very far away from everything else. It's very hard to group them in and make sure that they are represented well. So our goal with the land commissioners, these fellows can go around can help educate people, can help them move their things or move where they're living to basically join society, for lack of a better word. And also when it comes to, and this is another case, totally different, wherein there is a small group of people that have laid claim to a very vast land. Well, that's not very fair to the people who come after. That is not considerate to them at all. That's not considerate to the wider political climate. That's not considerate to the people who were there before you. That's not considerate to the people who will come after you. Take what land you need, not what you want. And the land commissioners, one of their main jobs will be to trying to hold local leaders accountable for the claims that they have on land. Not just small homesteads, but larger local townships as well. So, moving towards that, another tall versus wide scenario. I hope I answered your question. I hope I gave a good overview for the bill as well.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Danny recognized. Yes, you've been waiting a while, fellow.
Yes, the Elections Act, Section 4, Subsection B. I was wondering, the ones that get cut from the list, well, the ones cut from the list of electoral parties, will they then be able to vote afterwards, or will
What
they
do you
not be
mean?
allowed? So the party, so in the act you say that the lowest, the ones with the lowest count shall be removed from
So
consideration.
these are for the results, not for their actual votes. So the idea is it's ranked choice voting. So what we're doing with it is we would have the election, and somebody on their ballot would rank, let's say there are 4 parties, and you rank the parties 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the parties that come in first and second place, neither of them have more than 50% of the vote. Okay, well, the party that came in 4th place, their votes, they have lost the election. They can't win. The party that came in last place can't win the election. So, anyone who voted first choice for the party that is now eliminated, their second choice votes would be moved up to first choice votes until one of the parties has a majority of the votes. If that makes sense.
Yes, and will those that were in that cut party, will they then be able to vote as well?
Well, if they
or-
voted for themselves, let's say you're in the party that was cut. You voted for yourself, but on the ballot you also ranked 3 other parties, 2, 3, and 4. So your vote for yourself would go down to your second vote. Your second choice would be the one that would move up into the consideration.
Alright, thank you for clarifying.
Stand recognized. The treasurer.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Could you give a brief overview of the Crown Office Act and the difference between the Crown Office Act and the Prime Ministry, and what powers both of them would have?
So, the Prime Minister, the idea with the Prime Minister is the member of Parliament with the confidence of the House. The Crown Office is made up of people who are not members of Parliament, for the most part. They are the permanent bureaucrats who run the boring parts of the government. Much like you. You run a very boring part of the government, Halcyon. And you do it very well. But that expertise needs to be preserved. If I have a particularly stupid prime minister who comes through and says, I want my friend Stinky Boy McPoopface to be the new treasurer, and that position is currently where it is in the Privy Council, you're fired. You know, the new prime minister goes up to you, you're fired, Halcyon, and my friend Stinky Man McPoopface is going to be the new treasurer, and they totally fuck everything up. Well, we're in big trouble, Halcyon. We're in big trouble. See? So the idea is that these jobs that are highly specialized and require fiduciary trust, trust implicit, trust that they're going to act in the best interest of the nation, regardless of the political moves. These are the jobs that I want sort of insulated in the Crown Office. Still a part of the government, but running their own part of it, as they have done for a very long time. yourself you were at the top of my mind when I wrote that part. So the Crown Office is the office of people who work directly for me to help support the government, the people with the political objectives, and the people who represent the electorate. So the Prime Minister may appoint a Minister of Finance, but that is a partisan individual. Or a Chancellor of the Exchequer, you know, for a different side of the pond on that one for you, right? But the idea with it is that they can have a partisan MP, you know, having their books and making sort of with the agenda of spending money. Your job is to facilitate transactions. Your job is to maintain the treasury, to facilitate transactions. Your job, you don't get to decide where the money's spent, Halcyon, do you?
No, not particularly.
Right. Well, then it doesn't really need to end up in Parliament. Your job is to run the transaction part of the treasury. It's a job you do very well. It's a job I do not want somebody named Stinky Man McPoopy Face to end up doing. So yes. I hope that makes sense. The Chancery of Arms is another thing. The Chancery of Arms is a highly specialized position. Being Chancellor of Arms is highly specialized. That is a job where there is absolutely no reason for it to be partisan. I feel as though that would be very problematic if it ever became partisan, as it is involved in the formation of the honors lists. And that opens the door to some significant political corruption. So keeping some of these offices separate from the government of the day, but still in support of that government and its objectives, will help us maintain a corruption-free government, one that continues to work regardless of who is the Prime Minister. So I hope that makes sense. The Crown Office Act, that's basically what it does. Basically what it is. Yes. Stand recognized. Further questions? Is Mr. Grantham?
Yes. Much earlier in all these questions, you mentioned that you might be opening the party registration quite soon.
Mm-hmm.
We have
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Interested parties can begin applying tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes, but interested parties should begin releasing their platforms and garnering support today.
Of course.
It is not illegal to have a political group now, but you just aren't on the ballot until you register. Nobody can vote for you. You're not a party for consideration until you get all of that paperwork done. Yes.
Understood.
Stand recognized. Yes. Yes.
Yes, well, I must say, the idea, may I walk around? I'm going to walk around. The idea of political parties sorting out their own business and their own problems and working together and causing strife and, oh my goodness, that is probably the most faith thing I have heard in my entire time here, and it is delightful in every sense of the word. Though I am very, very curious, if I may ask, Your Majesty, if I may, of course. I'm going to ask it anyway. Will there be any sort of bloodshed or sport over this?
Maybe.
Oh, I love this!
Stand to be recognized. Great. Well, that is not as many questions as I thought we were going to have. There's 9 bills on here, guys. Really? Oh, Mr. Axbrew again.
Sure. So, just to clarify, because obviously the different Stone Bay, Stendhal Kendra, all our various places of residence have their own needs and wants that need to be met by our political system. With these parties obviously having the potential for being across those various nations, how do we propose to make sure that the base needs of each of the different realms, kingdoms, etc., continue to be met? Is that going to be something where we're looking to those political parties to bring those forward as well? Or is there going to be some other measure that's put in place to make sure that the base needs of the various kingdoms, realms, etc., are met?
I think it's two. There's two there for it. Number one, the local leaders will still have a lot of local control when it comes to the things that properly matter for the people who live there. You know, how they live, where they live, who they live with. There's going to be quite a few things that local leaders still have a significant amount of control over, and they'll be able to assert that control by laying bylaws and hosting town halls and such. But secondarily, the political parties, I feel as if the political parties, that is going to simply be inevitable. They need to help people, if they're going to get elected, and if they want people's support, making plans and making promises that address people's wants and needs. That's politics. Follow up?
No, I think that's it for the moment. I may have more later.
Okay, everyone. We're going to have a 5-minute recess, and then we're going to come back, think of some questions if you have them. If there are no questions after the recess, then I'm going to move on to the rest of the business I have in regards to announcing some elections, getting some nominations, and then we'll wrap this up for today. 5-minute recess, discussion permitted.
How delightful! I love this! This is riveting in every sense of the word!
Yes.
Goodbye!
Goodbye.
You're leaving, are you not? I was going to say goodbye!
No.
Oh my goodness. I'm just slow rate tracking.
Oh, race tracking. Yes, I've heard of such the mystical technique.
They have. They just kind of walk or run.
I hate it here.
With a little bit of a skip.
Oh, a
Sometimes they have
skip.
hand in hand.
You're going X Games, aren't you?
I don't know.
What's an X Games?
Oh, it's a Faye thing. You wouldn't understand.
Oh my god, he's going.
Anyone need a restock on some gummies? Me,
Oh yeah.
Yes, Norfolk Expert, please.
Alright, you can line up right up here.
Please, there's not enough
There
of
you
me.
go.
Oh, goodness.
Let me, please.
Here you go. Governor.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Fucking love gummies.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Here's some for you. Oh, here's some for you, of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Levi, I'm trying to
Here you,
corner.
here you go, Under Queen.
Thank you.
There you go.
Here you go.
There, frog man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. There
Oh
you go.
shit, do I hear gummies? Fuck.
I'll give it up more.
How many
coming.
Huh?
How many gummies do you have, Hazel?
How many milligrams?
Don't worry about what we have
All
on
the
us.
gummies.
Solid 20.
Solid 20?
Yeah.
Can I have
Oh
two?
my god.
Here you go.
Slay.
You like
Don't
to
worry.
Is that what's always in your
Can I
pockets?
have someone as well?
You,
Here you go.
you like you? I assume you saying you like the outfit.
Yes, I love them. Slay.
I got very
Haley, you hate me. I didn't get a gummy.
Oh, no, here you go. Here's a whole baggie for you.
Oh, you're my hero. Thank you. Hello. Would you like a gummy I got?
Sure, I'll take another.
Another one, thank you. Another one.
Thank you.
Yummy. Oh, like a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Oh my
shiny
goodness.
today.
You have like
Very
a giraffe in
shiny
your
today.
hand and you graze like a horse in the wild.
Or like a chicken.
Why are we
Like a
whispering over
chicken.
here?
Huh?
Just be respectful of other people's conversation.
Oh, nonsense. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, welcome back.
Hello.
My chitinous friend, you are very, very shiny today. Even more shiny than the time I said you were
Oh,
shiny.
please, you flatter me.
I'm blinded.
No, are you?
Blinded.
I think so.
Oh, goodness. I hope you get well soon.
I think I ate those gummies on an empty stomach.
Just look into the glowing piece of sun in the middle of this for a second.
Middle of
Oh,
what?
goodness.
Of the middle of daybreak. Look in the middle.
That's
see if you-
gold.
It is gold.
No, that's gold. Can I see it again?
Yeah. Hey, you got a bit of a matching here a little bit. Hang on. Hello.
Yeah, look into the flames. Look in.
Yeah, look into. Oh
Wow.
god. Oh goodness.
Well, that's not gold.
It's not. No, I was directing that to them.
Uriel, it's been 30 years.
This is a fun game.
He says it's only been like 10.
30 years.
Gold.
He's disagreeing with you rapidly.
Can be trusted.
You can't be trusted.
One of us is a demon.
I don't know. Are you?
Me?
No.
No, I am not a demon. I'm just a guy.
What?
Demons can just be guys if they're also hats, in my opinion.
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah. And sometimes demons are your friends, right?
They are.
And
Goodness.
At most, sometimes.
You have such lovely gold.
Oh, thank you, darling. I worked very hard for it.
It's very nice, very well kept.
Know who
Thank
else is my friend?
you.
Know who else is my friend Calliope?
Who?
My wife.
You love your wife? You miss your
I
wife?
I miss my wife.
I love my wife.
I miss your wife too.
Oh, hi.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, hold up.
I'm taking.
Am I not
donations from my
allowed to
dead
miss
husband.
people?
You miss my mom?
I miss your mother.
Yeah, me too.
Your mother and I were very good friends. What was your mother's name?
Adlin Domhnall / Sunstrike.
Yes!
Slash.
Yes! Adderall and I were very good friends.
Reminds me of my collegiate days.
Oh goodness, the fun we would have. The miscellaneous fun adventures that I just simply could not tell you about.
All right, let's get back to it.
My wife Adderall would love him.
All right. Further questions, anybody on my 9-stack here of reforms and agenda items? Somebody in the yes, Calliope.
I think all of this is very based. That is all.
I'm glad.
Is that a question?
Questions and/or otherwise, standing recognized. Are you in the back there? Are you stood, or are you sort of hunched over? No climbing in the throne room, please. Standing recognized. Anyone else? No? Just all the reforms ever? Great! Excellent news. That will pass then unanimously. Okay. I have a couple of key pieces of business to do. I wanted to announce that the election in Stewart's Cross and in Nifil, I am moving up the timeline from what I've discussed with my peers. We are going to try and get those done within the next week. The sooner the people of Nifil and Stewart's Cross can choose their own leader, the sooner that person can get to work for them. So that might come in as soon as tomorrow. We might start the processes in at least one of those jurisdictions starting tomorrow. But there is one jurisdiction where the election starts today. And that is this one right here. City of Stone Bay. And the Greater Bay Area, including all of the different estates, Norbrook, Wildridge, etc. So, The position of Lord Mayor. I will give some background. That was my title before I became the king. So, it's a title that holds a significant amount of importance to me. And of course, now I will be delegating a significant portion of my current job to this person. And it comes with several perks. If Zhivago was here, he'd be able to tell you. So, citizens of the Bay, of the Greater Bay Area, stand to be recognized for nominations for the second Lord Mayor of the city of Stone Bay. Stand recognized. Yes, the Lunar Queen.
I would like to nominate the Princess Consort.
Hazel.
Yes.
I accept.
You accept the nomination. Goodness.
I do.
Quick on that one. Anyone else? The election won't actually start till Monday, but people can send in their nominations to me via letter until then. Yes, Axbro?
I'd like to nominate Lady Malahide.
That's
Listen,
great.
Malahide.
You can't.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, you don't live here.
We're all sitting here, but that's fair.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things where when it comes to the nominations, and especially for who can run, those who live here who are going to be directly affected by whoever gets elected are the ones, it just seems just to me, are the ones who should be able to participate in that process.
Oh, totally fair. Just wanted to see at least a second candidate.
Yeah, so would I. Mary Justice.
I would like to nominate Lady Elms Domnall.
Elms, you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay. Very well. Anyone else? Yes, Eliza?
Just attempting to make this interesting, I nominate Sapphire Harvest.
Sapphire Harvest, you accept?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was kind of scared
Yeah.
of running against an Umber, but I think yes.
Alright. Now the candidate should know how much fucking work this is. Oh shit, I said something like that. Shit, I did it again.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm quite alright, thank you.
You.
Yeah, Felix?
My legs are not working, Your Majesty.
That's alright. Very well. Chamberlain?
I'd like to nominate Governor Niles Grantham.
Grantham, do you accept?
Yes, I'll accept then. Let's make this interesting.
We'll make this interesting. Great. Oh, yes, Nadir in the back.
I'm not sure if this works, but I'd like to nominate Dame Bridget Malthorn.
Inspector, are you here?
She's
Inspector? Do you accept the nomination?
I suppose I do. Alright.
I suppose. There you are.
Alright.
Very well. Anyone else? Okay. See? There you go, Axbro. We made it interesting. Thank you for starting that.
That's all I could ask for.
Great.
Yeah.
If that is all, one last call. Once, twice, thrice. Yeah? Good. Thank you very much. And I'm sure Gilbert took down the names. Didn't you, Gilbert? Excellent. And if those people, I need to see you after this as well. So you can head up to the office afterwards as well. Finally, on to the closing business. No ceremonies currently today. I thought the questions were going to go on for longer. So, we will dispense with the ceremonies. Oh, tributes. Anybody want to donate some money for the constabulary? That's where it goes. And also, urban development. Anybody here a fan of urban development?
I love
Here,
urban
here.
development.
Here,
Hello.
here.
Here,
You
I love
can
urban
throw some
development.
things. You can throw some things at Gilbert if you'd like.
Oh, urban development. Yes.
Coin on me.
Are you all right, Cynthia?
Yes, urban development.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. You have to develop the urban.
Oh yes!
That's actually where most of the money I spend now goes, to paying the people who work in the Citadel and for urban development.
Oh,
So.
I love urban development.
I love urban development.
That's the best.
3 o'clock.
And with this new Royal Constabulary Compensation Act, of course, the cost for running the constabulary is going to go up significantly. So to those of you who just gave some of your very hard-earned silver, thank you very much. We will put it to good use, won't we, Halcyon? Halcyon? No? We're not going to put it to good use? Are you alright?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
great. Whew, got me right there for a second.
I had a
Ooh.
war flashback. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's quite alright. You're doing a great job. Okay, good. Thank you very much on that. Are there any petitions? Anybody needs something? Just like a yes or no? Oh goodness. Okay, let's start with my friend there, the one who can turn in and out of being a spider.
Yes, the fantastical surveyor. May I
Yes, the
approach? I'm going to
fantastical surveyor.
approach.
Yes, okay, alright. Well, then-
I'm going to get this close.
Okay.
Of course, I have noticed, in my time here, the ambition and the growth of the people of these lands. And whilst I am no archfey, I cannot make pacts or warlocks like the Lord of Rot or the Lord of Flickering Lights. But I do make promises, and I stay true to my word as to doing good on my promises. As such, I am going to petition you now, King Mountbatten, to accept Niles Grantham into the Mountbatten name. Niles Grantham has expressed a great deal of interest in rising into power, to never be stagnant, and to never want for anything more. A life under the court of Mountbatten would certainly suit him very well.
Is that all, Fantastical Surveyor?
Of course, this is what Niles Grantham has expressed to me, and thus I am making good upon my word.
Alright, Mr. Niles Grantham, please. Front and center, why don't you? Please, Mr. Grantham, explain to all of these people and myself here today what the fuck is going on.
Yes, I had a conversation with the fantastical surveyor the other day regarding my ambition, regarding how much I wish to grow within the areas that I live in and the areas that I be in. And it seems that in that moment, knowing what you do and what you control over here, they came to the assumption, and while I'm honored that they came to the assumption, I'm very confused. Came to the consumption that apparently me tweeting about Battens is the best move.
Do you think it's the best move, Niles?
I can't disagree and say that it's not, but it's a shocking and scary move, actually.
Well, unfortunately, is that something, Grantham, does this fantastical surveyor speak for you?
Not in this instance, no.
Oh no, I do!
Alright then.
I most certainly do! What is it? Niles Allen Frederick Percival Von Huron Le Grantham?
Oh,
I believe I do!
Wow, that's a long
Wait, can you drop that name one more time, please? Can we hear that one?
Most certainly! It is Niles Allen Frederick Percival Von Huron Le Grantham.
Thank you for that.
I have, if you would like, Your Majesty, I have an entire book of his goals and his wishes.
Oh, that just sounds very excellent. Why don't you give that to Gilbert, and Gilbert will give it to me?
Oh, certainly. Of course, I would like to ask. May I have a copy?
Oh yeah, well you want one of these, you want something to make a copy with? Here you go.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Your
Of course.
Majesty.
You always have to be prepared for these things. You never know when you're going to have the opportunity to get somebody's list of wishes and ambitions. You never know.
There you are.
Here, Gilbert, pass that up. What do we got? What's the damage? Okay, Grantham. Okay. Right. Okay. Alright. You know what, Grantham? I think you and the Fantastical Surveyor have some things to work out between the two of you. And I wish you the best of luck in sorting those things out. And along with your goals and wishes, maybe you can ask Santa when Santa comes in December. And Santa will do like they did last year. They will sit you down, they will look into your eyes, and they will find the truth of what you truly want. Not what you tell people, not what you tell people you desire, what you want, but what you need. Because the mind can lie, Mr. Grantham, but your heart will speak only the truth.
Fine.
Anyways, thanks for playing! Have a seat! And thank you, Fantastical Surveyor, for bringing that to our attention.
Oh, you're most certainly welcome! People should laugh.
Already Absolutely perfection.
Thank you. I'm glad we brought the drum set in today. Anyone else? Petitions, please. Yes, Calliope.
Can I get a handshake? Please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What a weird thing to ask for.
I don't get them very often. People don't talk to me without
It's
a tear
because
in
it's
their
because
eyes.
it's because it's because you're fucking crazy.
Thank you.
Here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're nuts. Anyways,
Yeah, thank you.
don't change. Don't change.
I won't.
Yes, petitions the Underqueen.
Can I also have a handshake?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, there we go. Is this one of those moments? You know, are you familiar with the novel, George Bush? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Congratulations, Underqueen. We got him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Yes, Laz?
Can I, change the name of my job here? I have an idea.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
The Keeper of the Crypt to the Prismarine Citadel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Here.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes, Shasta?
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Hey.
Hey.
I would like to petition for a sash.
Sash.
I am, I think a recognized knight still, right?
I
As
mean,
well as...
I don't actually know. Because those oaths and the knighthood are taken until death. And then you died? I don't... This doesn't happen very much, you understand? The oaths are taken until you died, and then you did. And now you're back. I'll have to put some thought into this. I'll have to sit here and reflect for some time about whether that's how that works.
And, sorry to bother you for more time, but, the, award for Defender of Orlon?
Oh, yes. We'll come by later. I think I have that probably upstairs somewhere. I have them down in the treasury.
Thank you.
Halcyon, could you get one? A Dio
which-
for Shasta? After this,
Yes.
after this. After. Great. Anyone else? Standing recognized. Inspector Maldor?
I realize it's a little late. I didn't follow the Duchess and the Underqueen in this. May I also have a handshake, Your Majesty?
Yes, but yours is going to be ominous.
Yes, sir.
Yours is going to be quite ominous. Good work.
I feel a great urge to march now.
Carry on. Alright, anyone else? Yes, who's that at the back there? Jumping. All the way at the back, like up against the back wall. Yes, very well. Kaz Light, come forward. What's your petition? You can come a little bit more forward than that, too. It's alright. Nobody here bites except, Glaz, sometimes.
And Calliope.
And
A lot of
Calliope.
the time.
And also Cynthia.
Many people bite.
Do you bite as well, Fantastical Surveyor?
Maybe.
Only Moss. If you know, you know.
What did you have a petition? Do you have something to ask?
Oh.
It's okay, take your time.
Yes, certainly. Quite alright. Oh, never mind. That's alright. There'll always be more opportunities. Say recognize further. Yes, Nadir, please.
Oh, this is not much of a petition, but a sort of statement. Wikis is accepting donations for Sir Goldbeak's dead husband right after Council of the Bay. If you find the kindness within your heart, please donate to Wikis today.
I did hear from someone that Cynthia had a dead husband.
Maybe sit down. Sit down.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I did hear. I did hear about
the
that.
shrimp war.
I heard about it. Yeah.
What happened to Khrushchev?
Okay. I have one rule. I have one rule about crying. If you're going to cry, you have to be quiet. Because I don't want to hear the crying. And neither does anyone else.
Cynthia, give me your arm, please.
Khrushchev isn't dead!
I miss her husband every day.
I take donations! This is so confusing. Cynthia, front and center at once.
I miss Crayola.
Cynthia?
I take donations, yes.
Cynthia, you've caused quite the stir here with this. You're going to have to explain yourself.
This plays in my head every time I wake up.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Myself. Good
You
morning.
have to explain yourself to everyone.
Hello, Gilbert. My husband is not dead, but I take donations still.
Wait, what did you just say?
Le gasp.
I have my money back.
What did you say about it?
My husband is not dead, but I'll take donations still. I see. I understand. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Maybe I'm not well.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
so sorry.
Go outside the throne room for a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
You didn't. It's because you're not in the right headspace here. That's not.
Oh, you're so
We're
right.
going
in
to
my
help
head. I
Cynthia. Okay.
apologize.
Wait,
Okay.
Cynthia is. Just give it a second. Cynthia needs to get in the right headspace, everyone.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got this.
No.
Oh man.
Goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, I guess, here it is, Cynthia Golpe!
Yes, yes!
I love that chicken.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
so lovely.
I miss your husband.
Oh, my husband.
He's dead.
Hello. Are we enjoying
Yes,
everything
good
tonight?
husband.
Yes,
Oh, I
yes.
love it.
Yay.
Here.
Okay,
Oh,
so okay, are you alright now?
Yes. I apologize. They're fine.
Alright. Khrushchev isn't dead, but you're still taking donations.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Then you should go
Faf-
back over there to Fafnir and deal with that. This is your fault.
It's so strange. I had a petition. I'll take it back now. It's okay.
Thank you very much. Alright. Are there any further petitions staying recognized? Yes, I think I know you. You run the news shop, I think. You live in the Malahides. I get lots of letters from you.
Yes. Can I donate to Cynthia's dead husband or soon to be
You
dead
can
husband?
do whatever you like with your money.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband. He's alive. Thank you.
For
We're
me.
neighbors.
Standing recognized. Further
Like money.
petitions. Yes, from the gosh dangs there.
Yes. So everyone did a handshake. I just thought, would you be open to having a fist bump with me?
Yeah, we can do a fist bump. Yeah, we can do a fist bump. We can do a fist bump right here. There you go. Alright. Yeah, see you in Seralia. Further standing recognized. You're quite all right, Calliope. You seem to like that one quite a lot. The fist bump.
I'm insane.
Yeah. Further petitions standing recognized. Yes, Travis.
Oh yeah. Could you send me to the boat?
The boat?
Yeah, just the quick way.
Oh no, because if I do that here, you're never coming back.
Oh. That's tough. Okay, thanks anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that's your intention with it.
No,
Besides,
the boat, not the grave.
Very well, further and finally, closing statements. Anyone want to announce something, advertise something that they're doing? Anyone? Is there anyone at all? Oh, I think the Chamberlain. The Chamberlain wants to say something.
Oh, well, thank you, Your Majesty. Yes. So this October, on the 28th, the Crown's going to be sponsoring a Halloween ball of sorts. We don't want to host it here at the Citadel, because the Stone Bay Day Ball was just hosted at the Citadel. So we are going to open it up to anybody that would like to try. All you have to do is write into the mailbox, and so far we have 2 candidates, but that doesn't mean that either of them will get chosen if, other people submit things. But again, anybody can attempt to host the ball, I suppose. We'll stop by the estates that you have listed, see if it's suitable or not. Perhaps we'll talk to you. But
Perhaps
whoever...
we'll talk to you.
What? I mean, I don't know. Perhaps, what if we show up and it's just like a tiny little, like...
Well, that doesn't mean we can't talk to them. Sure, we can still have a conversation.
We'll talk to you regardless.
I'm glad. Anything else with it, Melina?
Yes, if you do get chosen to host the ball as well, you will be doing a majority of the planning, but the Crown's assets and myself will be there directly to assist you. So, no worries about that. And the food and drink expenses will be paid for, within reason, of course. Don't spend the fuck ton, please. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
yes,
done.
you basically get all of the help from us, but it gets to be your venue, and it's, changing the location of these things, I think, is valuable. Every so often. Good. So yes, leave a letter if you're interested in hosting the Halloween ball, and you can read more on the board. We have an advertisement there for it. Very well. Further closing statements and recognized. Hazel.
The day before the ball that was just talked about is the Harvest Festival that I am hosting over at Norbrook. I am still selling some stalls. If people are interested, just send a letter over towards Norbrook.
Yes, the Harvest Festival is going to be a lot of fun. So if you have a business, especially if you're a new business trying to move into Stone Bay, especially there on Wall Street or on the new Stone Street expansion, I would recommend you getting in touch with Hazel so that you can have your business represented there. Very good. Anyone else? The Underqueen.
Yes, thank you. I don't know quite the date or the time yet, but next week we'll be hosting another Realms Council. I know some people find it interesting to come sit in, so I thought I would let you guys know. I will put it out on the board when I get a more proper time set, though.
Thank you very much. Further, standing recognized, the Treasurer.
If you write a letter to the Treasury, please write your letter with an address. Even coordinates work, but if you do not write any kind of return, I will not write back because I cannot write back. So please write your address or coordinates, something, so that I know, because I cannot find you just based off of your name. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yes, the Chamberlain again.
That, please, put addresses with your letters. I've had to send Callan off without any actual navigation to where you live to deliver letters back. Please just put a way to get a letter back to you. It makes it so much easier for everybody, and I promise it's not that hard.
Common courtesy to leave a return address on a letter you want to reply to. Especially if you actually do want to reply. Then recognize further. Yeah, Samora?
I'd like to announce adding another event to our wonderful event weekend. October 20th, Stewart's Cross will be hosting a pumpkin carving contest. Also opening up the Burrow Tavern for the first time. Any further questions, please come see me.
Thank you. Anything further? Closing statements and announcements and advertisements and such and so forth. Once, twice, and check the periphery. Thrice, thank you very much. With that, we will, like I said before, if you wanted a shop, if you're sort of waiting to hear back from us, or you're interested in a shop, stick around. If you've accepted a nomination for Lord Mayor, also stick around. And my friends from Nifil and from Stewart's Cross expect to hear from me soon. So, be kind, be honest. Whenever we have one of these next, meeting adjourned.
You're welcome.
Oh, goodness.
Yes?
Good morning.
Thank you, Fantastical Surveyor.
You're most certainly welcome. Enjoy your talks.
Underqueen, maybe, are you
You're amazing. I actually have something like real quick that I have to do, but then afterwards I should be in my home or in the keep.
Alright.
Underpage.
Yes, I shall
And
wait
as the
for
saying so goes, my friends, you don't have to go home, but you certainly can't stay here.
I will catch you later.
Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Massage my brain.
Alright, have left. I can be unmuted then. Where did E go? Ah, I see E. I see E. Just it coming into view was so cool. Just look at that. Do 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 do. Hey, Vandy. Somebody's in Lucky Chat. I'm going in a 10. And then I need to mute that for their comfort. It's Patra. It's a Koimi. Oh, yay! It's about time. So I'm kind of concerned. He says he's gonna like reach out to us like tomorrow. I'm like, I have my event tomorrow. I won't be on until late. So well, if he normally waits to do things like he normally does, we're looking probably like 7 or 8 o'clock. I should be home by then. But if by chance he gets on earlier, I think normally I haven't been able to get out of my event until usually 5. I don't think I got enough Orbeez, so I might run out of that craft first. But there's like 300, 400 pumpkins that they can draw on. I forget how many goodie bags she's bringing, and then there's just games. Instead of prizes, we're doing the goodie bags instead, so it's not like they can keep playing and playing and playing to earn candy and bracelets and junk. So I might be able to run out of everything beforehand. Yeah, I'm making stress balls. I like making my stress balls. It's gonna be slightly chilly tomorrow, so I might get sick again. Just saying. Well, so the stress balls, that's where the Orbeez come in, so I have them, that's why I don't necessarily need to set up my stuff, because they set up the tent and the chairs and the tables. But I'm not gonna carry a giant bucket around with Orbeez in it, with gallons of water. So I always set up that the night before, and it's actually starting to get cooler here. It's supposed to be like 55 tomorrow. But what is it going to be like in the morning? So I've always said that if it came down to it, something like that, I would be the one to stick my hand in the water and such. It's going to be mid-40s all morning, and it's not going to hit 50s until 11 noon. And then it's going to be windy. But we were talking about, I need to see if I have one, like, those rubber bladder thingies, like, for the water, and, like, put boiling water in it, and then put a whole bunch of, towels on top of it or something, and then have a bucket of towels to, like, keep my hands in. Case. We'll see. I did, because it involves balloons, I did, get blow off, and, like, I'm gonna blow up the balloon. So, don't have to worry about germs, people. So I just... E-friend. I think they had to step away, so I think it'll be fine. Or, you know, we're just gonna push them all the way home. You're not supposed to do that, Petra. Not in. We're stupid. We're not supposed to hit people. Oh. Be careful of that one, will ya? Stone Beta Romans. Oh, good golly. Oh! I found you! Alright, now ready to go home, people. I mean, you can stay at the bookstore. I mean, that's fine. I just want to make sure, you know, I have all of you accounted for. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, that's cute. Wait, wasn't this all gone yesterday? Man, do people build fast. Yeah, I see the new church hasn't been put up yet, so sorry. I need to switch this back. I would like my shaders back, please. Thank you. I need to put everything back to the way it was. Do. I wonder how the elections are gonna go in Stewart's Cross. Of do we have to list down 4 people, like first, second, third, fourth? I mean, that's like 90%. Well, here's the funny thing. I don't know if specifically if he wanted the mayor or whatever parliament, but Ad in real life is the president of his school council and whatnot. And I'm like, but Ad in the game is anarchy and hates the government, so it doesn't make sense for you to be either the mayor or the parliament representative unless you change your in-character thing. Because it was like a pain to get him just to do the census so he could be in the Discord. It's like, I need you in there. Stop. He goes, fine. For you. Well. Yeah. I don't know what's been going on with the path lately. Jakey? No, that's the, like, fantastical surveyor's walkway. I hate going up the stairs. You gotta finish that, don't I? Oh, no, somebody else did it. A thickened. Well, I was thinking that the bone hand needed a spell in it, so, you know, it's got a purple fireball in its hand. Our makeshift staircase. I wonder what we're gonna put back there. Oh, the warehouse back there? Because I asked her, I'm like, hey, is it okay? Because, Suki wanted to do it. To destroy all the houses. And has been kind of waiting. I'm like, well, I haven't talked to Bridget in character. Like, what I know is out of character. Mm. Are you supposed to right click it? I feel like this is a bad idea. Well, I know it does emeralds, but I have absolutely no emeralds. Or a sword, but I don't think giving a fox a sword is the, I think someone placed this here. I don't think it's an actual... I need to go through the rest of these bills, man. Yeah. Ah, head hitter, that's why. So, is the warehouse gonna take place of the storage that's back by the lumberyard? Bray's never, like, told me. Like, what's the purpose of the warehouse? Yeah, back here would be good. Coimy. Well, we probably could, you know, if it was bigger, could get more out of it, because right now I only have 2 barrels assigned for stone, and I believe they're full. Well, here's the thing, we ran out of room. I mean, the only thing we can work on is getting hay bales, essentially. And it's... I thought you got the... she said don't ask. 27 stacks, which is a barrel full. Yeah, oh god. Nah, Pig! I always feel bad when I think about it, but, you know, you did such a hard work, you know, filling in this hole over here. Oh yeah, there was a hole. You remember the hole, Coimy? So, we were commissioned to take a bunch of, building materials to the Citadel. And one of them was mud. And Evergreen, or Everlily, I forget what their name was, instead of kind of like asking us if we had dirt already, took a giant chunk out of this hill back here. Giant chunk. Yeah, it was bare, and a giant chunk was just gone. Well, I was gonna say, you know, do for the composting, put a little compost building here. This silo? The seeds. The seeds. I'm like... No, it's just there for, you know... My crops got decimated. Okay, here's a barrel of seeds. Good on you. Yeah. Hey, there's a fox. He's got something in his mouth. He's got something in his mouth! A feather? There's a feather. Yeah. Okay, this one played Houdini. I hear you. Where'd you go? No, but there's a piggy. There it is. Piggy. Hi. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get ahead on the pork chop thingy so we can become a supplier for the hams. Oh no, I've been breeding them, but if I see a wild pig, they're going down. I'm told to look in my mailbox. Huh? I think I accidentally broke this. Yeah, I did. Oh, shucks. Yeah. Yeah. There was a painting in my mailbox that said colorful picture of Amora sitting in her window. Which, oddly enough, is what I commissioned someone to draw, but I haven't seen it yet. So I was very confused about the painting, and so I put it down to look at it, and when I broke it, it just says painting now, so I broke the name tag. Yeah, but I don't know, I don't remember if I had a name by it, because I don't know if it's from Day, or if it's from, because oh, good God, Day. There's a lot of frames. That's what he be doing. We're getting overrun by mushrooms again. Oh, they do. Yep, it's a it is a passive growth. See, like, also, no, you see, we don't plant these. Trust me. No, absolutely not. Can have that as a staple at the brewery or at the tavern. Yeah, I went and moved some things. It's 20 and it's 21 for you. No, it's a Friday for us, Saturday for you and E. E also volunteered to help run the tavern in your guys' morning, so I think a lot of these jobs we all just like help out with. No, hopefully when we get enough people, I would like it to be. Certain establishments, kind of like the borough, I would like all of us to like participate in, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be someone in charge of the warehouse, so are you sure you're not Ad's child? Either way, you're still my nephew, but still. Well, there's Emmy. How is Emmy? I haven't seen them on lately, unless they're on in the morning when I'm not on. Yeah, Ayu has a roommate, Emmy. I haven't seen Pandora either, but you said that Pandora gets on early in the morning, so. Well, Yoru, I know, got sick immediately when they started college, so... And they started college... We were both sick, so actually, yeah, last week. So I'm sure he's busy under his new schedule. Pumpkin showed up yesterday? I wanna put my bet. I know Ayu did the cauldron. Did you do the pumpkin as well? You done all of them? Okay. Yeah, I knew the coffin, the spider, the hand, and the cauldron. Oh dear God. Okay, I need to put everything back the way that it was. Extras. That is on Callan. Callan said that they would move it. Mm-hmm. You as well? Both of you are colorblind? You and Ayu. I need to speak with Ezekiel that he needs to be turning back our rent tickets. I'm not going to be using up all of my XP every week to get you guys rent tickets. Is he on? Headhunter, headhunter, headhunter. I saw him earlier. Okay. Ugh. What? Oh. Yeah, that's, I know Henry's moving as well. So we were forewarned of them. I'll be out tomorrow, most likely on tomorrow night, depending on how cruddy I feel after. Who? Gilbert Sproing? What? Oh. I didn't notice. Well, I mean, you did such a very good job on the coat of arms there. I saw, Bridget's like, put. Yeah, as soon as it came out, Doc joined the chat. Like, every time we do something, and Doc he's just like, I love Stewart's Cross. Like, thanks, Doc. Appreciate you. It kind of sounds like we initiated this whole political election thing. Because he said after the last meeting that, you know, what we're doing here is being noticed by others, and it's following suit. And next thing I know is, you know, we're getting, political parties and election up, Megs. So good job, y'all. Yeah, I think that poaching act might, affect Pandora there. Yeah, there's a poaching act that's been tabled, like, many times. Basically going into somebody else's town and saying, hey, you should live with us instead. Because I know Lonely Fields they want Pandora. Now, I've always told you guys that I don't care, like, where you are. We've kind of pretty much figured out that this town has basically been, like, a starter up. And, like, if you need a place to settle down and call a home, then that's fine until you find, yep, Introverts United. Until you find a place that better suits you and no harm feelings and all that type of stuff. And right now that basically only, well, it applies to both Suki and Pandora, so. Got plenty of mushrooms. I was gonna say, did you get this? You didn't get this hill over here, Koimi. Did you get behind here? By Eleanor? That doesn't look as full. And of course, in front of this house, just almost every single podsole available. Well, yeah, well, remember when all of this used to be podsole? Yeah. I think they should be. Michaela, Enid, Busa, and Michael. Yeah, should be able to take that. I was waiting for it. Not on my Christian Minecraft server. Children. There's no children allowed. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, so I'm gonna have to mute myself in the stream real quick. In fact, I should probably say goodbye to them. But you will not believe what Day said last night. Hang on, let me mute myself. Yeah, one would think, but yeah. I mean, you're gonna run out of premium. They, someone went and, waxed that now, didn't they? Oh, you were... Oh, you were in it. Okay. He still lives in his house. The Order of the Dawn is set up like a business, kind of. It's just on the outskirts there. Well, the HOA officer basically, you know, yeah, like, that whole tunnel business, you could have, you know, cited them for it. Like, fix this within 2 days or pay a fine of... Yeah. But stuff like that, like, if you notice something with a house that, you know, our building palette, someone built out of cherry wood, that is against our building palette, that is an HOA violation. They have to fix it. Well, that's fine, but it's not, like, what I'm saying is, like, the cherry wood, like... Yeah, that's just kind of like... Or if you think, you know, there shouldn't be any greenery within, then basically I'm in violation of the HOA, Petra's in violation of the HOA. Stuff like that. Since you had built up most of the residency, but then we went and tore down the residency. Oh yeah, when you do the same thing over and over and over again, it can get very tedious. No, you... Well, I like the idea if we set up starter houses or whatnot, and then E is like, is it okay if I rebuild the house? I'm like, sure, I have no qualms with that. So I think it's fine, like, setting up plot areas and building a starter house or whatnot until someone moves in, and then, you know, they can work it, as long as, you know, the parameters are such. Like, for instance, I didn't like the idea that Pandora's bakery / house thing was, like, touching roofs. Well, I guess this one is slightly touching. But then again, Ayu has a very interesting overhang. So yeah, if we had the no roof touching thing, then, you know, there's this issue. But at the same time, I'm saying if. I'm sure once we get a mayor in and start going through, for instance, if I am mayor, I would like to set up council members or whatnot. So, for instance, Koimi, if you were the constable or whatnot, you are in part of the security or whatnot. If you wanted to lead the security detail, like, you have the security officer. So, basically, you would be the one in charge of getting enough security officers around here, because you have your set hours. You can't be on all day. So if you had someone on the off hours consistently or something like that, or a stand-in, like, you and Ad have opposite hours, but Ad's not on every day. And then oh yeah, Bridget kind of threw that in there. Well, I was thinking as well, the term steward is kind of like the secretary assistant to who, like, in terms of a family, so like the Malahide or the Umber estate, they should have a steward, so they took care of paying everybody and checking up on everything or whatnot, and then relaying back to the person in charge. Well, he's just the accountant. He's just the accountant for the Malahides. He did offer to bookkeep for us, but the steward would be, you know, in charge of basically has their foot in everything, essentially. Basically like what I was doing or have been doing. Well, that's what I was thinking. I want to keep the steward position. Not for myself. No, I want to keep the position open for someone to be steward. And if I am mayor, you know, I'll have, you know, be going to the mayor. Like, if I was out of commission or I have to go to, I mean, you know, the steward's in charge kind of a thing. Somebody else kind of ensuring, like, oh, here are the details for this type of a thing. Because I can't take inventory of the silos every day. You know, they would do that and, you know, kind of, hey, we've had a very, very good week on silo and demand production or whatnot. And then I would intervene if need be. Well, I wouldn't think, I wouldn't, you know, have you do necessarily all that, or the steward or all that. I would like to have, for instance, there would be a council member for finances. So they would be the ones that's in charge of the books and this, that, and the other, the ins and the outs, and such a thing. Not necessarily... But if we get more businesses around here, I was thinking, it sounds a little too serious, but it's the only way I can think of a business union or a business rep. So we have the borough. I don't believe Order of the Dawn is going to be a business, but Callan's is going to be a business here. Basically, all the business is going to one. So when we have a council, you know, one person or whoever's in charge of that business comes in. I don't know as of yet. All this we'll talk about in meetings and such and get voted in on and yada 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 yada. Until we get more people, I have a feeling some of these jobs, some of us who are interested or whatnot, are going to have a couple hats to wear until we get more people to take the hats off. When we get to that, probably put in a steward. Because I think right now, it's, yeah. I'm gonna handle this stream real quick. Give me a moment. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it there, we're gonna end it there, and so on and so forth. There's still a lot to be done on here. With not having to run 10 hours a day, I think I can put Arc back into the round, but we'll see. I know, it's still a long grinding thing. Even if I allotted myself an hour a day on it, I think that it would still be better than nothing, especially there are quite a few of, you know, we built this audience on, on Ark. I would love to get back to it, but I just got to a part where by yourself, well, by myself, it kind of sucks. So we shall see. Yeah, I got my thing tomorrow and all the fun stuff. Anywho, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend, a fantastic week, and until next time.
Wow.